Hello guys, today we are going to talk about how to get a distinction in history subject. Obviously, I'm talking to grade 12s. Um, it might work for you if you're in grade 11. These tips might work for you if you're in grade 11, no problem. But I'm talking specifically to grade 12s, how to get a distinction in history. So I need you guys to listen carefully. I'm going to be giving you 10 tips on how you can do that. I got these tips from people who have obtained a distinction in history subject. So listen very carefully, guys. As I'm studying, number one is to know what's expected, understand what your teachers are looking for when they grade your work. This includes knowing how exams are marked and what makes an assignment stand out. Number two is the one that people know is manage your time very well. Is manage your time very well. Plan your study time effectively. Set aside specific times for history studies. You set aside specific times for history studies so that you might focus on history alone when you are studying. There's no need for you to study a lot of subjects at the same time. It's best that you set aside the time where you're gonna study history specifically. Because remember, history is full of information. History is full of information, so it's best that you focus on it when you're studying and you focus on it alone. And number three is really get the material. Why I say this? You need the material. Read your textbooks carefully and take good notes. Try to explain the key points in your words and create summaries or flashcards to help you remember important details. So, how do I explain this? There's no need for you to actually cram, especially if you watch my videos. I've given you essays, things like that. There's no need for you to cram the essays, like cram them as they are, and think that you're gonna excel or something like that. You won't cram them as they are. You need to understand the topic. Let's make an example: Black consciousness movement. You need to understand what Black consciousness movement is about, or Road of Democracy. That one is a little bit easy because it's talking about South Africa, something like that. So it's best that you memorize and know, not actually memorize. You have to know what the topic is about. Unlike other subjects like business studies, in business studies you can pass without knowing what the topic is about because you just memorize the topic and just write as it is. So in history, I don't think you can do that because there's a lot of information. So yeah, you need to know what the topic is about. Number four is use different sources. Look at different places information, not just your textbook. This could be other books, websites recommended by your teacher, or academic articles. Okay, this one I've added that point, but the schools are not the same. Many people have been telling me that the schools are not the same. That wouldn't public school teachers don't really suggest websites or things like that. But some of the schools public schools do suggest you to go to certain website to learn history. But as I'm telling you as a tip right now, you should go to some certain website and learn history, or subscribe to this channel and learn history essays. You can do that. You should actually do that now. Subscribe to the channel. Just hit the red button there, subscribe. It will be beneficial for you. You are not doing it for me, you're doing it for yourself. So it will be beneficial for you guys. So yeah. So it's best that you do not actually focus on textbook alone, be like, okay, I'm gonna focus and read textbooks only, things like that. It's best that you do a lot of things and rotate. Number five, think critically. When you learn about historical events, think about why things happened, what the results were. Try to see different sides of the story, form your own opinion based on the facts. So you think critically when you're writing history, especially when maybe you're answering a history question. Let's say I'm asking you a question. You need to think critically why that event happened. There's no need actually. That's why I told you from the beginning that you need to understand the topic. You need to understand the topic. There's no need for you to memorize things like, yes, there's a need for you to memorize. You have to memorize of course, but Not like actually memorize everything but you don't understand. That's going to give you problems, to be honest. It's going to give you problems, to be honest. You need to understand the topic, what the topic is about, what Vietnam War is about, so that when you're writing a history essay, let's say you're writing a Vietnam War history essay, you might be able to write a more sensible essay that will give you marks, not a essay that doesn't make any sense. Many people are writing essays that don't make any sense. So yeah, you need to actually think critical of what you're studying. Number 6, take notes. When your teacher is talking, when you are reading, take clear and organized notes. This will help you remember what you have learned and make studying easier. When your teacher is actually explaining the topic, it's better that you take notes. Remember, in this video, I'm talking about getting a distinction, not passing history. If I was talking about passing history, I would just be telling you, you need to study, yeah, you need to focus, yeah, you need to do all those things. But when we talk about a distinction, if you want a distinction, you need to go an extra mile. So you need to take notes. That's one of the things you need to do. Unfortunately, many of you guys usually watch my content, especially when I talk about how to get a distinction. You usually watch it when you're about to write an exam. So it's gonna be a little bit trouble for you if you're watching this while you know that tomorrow I'm writing an exam. So yeah, but you can still do it though. But if you're watching this early, it's going to be more beneficial for you because you're gonna be able to take notes when your teacher is speaking. And don't mind people that much. Just have a scrapbook or something like that and write notes down while your teacher is speaking, while your teacher is teaching, I can say it like that. And write notes down, it will be beneficial for you. In fact, in any subject, it's always beneficial. Even in English, when you are learning English and your teacher is explaining the novel, it's best that you actually write notes down, so that there will be no need for you to read the whole novel. For example, when I was doing metric, I was always writing notes down when they talk about the cry beloved. I didn't really finish the novels. It was too long and a little bit boring for me. So yeah, but I passed it like I read it all. So number 7 is talk about history. Discuss historical topics with your classmates or teachers. Hearing different ideas can help you understand things better and think about history in new ways. So as we know, in anything in life, when you work as a team, it's better than working alone. So it's better to discuss to other people or discuss with other people. Maybe you might get some points from other people. Some things that you might skip, some things that you might have skipped when you were studying. So, guys, make sure you discuss with your classmates maybe before writing an exam, or maybe even if you don't write an exam, if you don't understand a certain topic, discuss with your classmates. Number 8 actually applies to all subjects, is practice past question papers. Try answering all exam questions to get used to the way they are asked. This will help you write better answers and feel more confident in the exam. So yeah, as I've explained the point, as I've written it, it makes sense itself. I don't really need to explain that much about it. You practice using previous question papers in any subject, even in maths lit, even in accounting, in any subject. You have to practice using previous question papers. It will be helpful for you. Number 9 is ask for help if you can. Ask your teacher to look at your work and give you advice. Knowing what you are good at and where you need to improve will help you do better. So yeah, knowing what you are good at and where you need to improve will help you actually to get better. So it's like playing football. When you're playing football, usually people who take football seriously always go to their coach and be like, okay, what are the mistakes that I do, or where do I need to improve? If you actually take football very seriously, same in school. If you really take school seriously, you can go to your teacher and be like, okay, where's my mistake here, and how can I get a distinction here, things like that, because your teacher can actually help you with your work. I will use a she can actually guide you and be like, okay, here when you're writing an essay, you always maybe you spell words wrong, or you always put things out of context. Your teacher might help you. So Go to your teacher, ask for advice, maybe during break time, things like that. Remember, as I've said, and I'm saying it again, I'm talking about how you can get a distinction here, not how you can pass history. If I was talking about how you can pass history, I wouldn't mention these things. I would just tell you to study and focus. Obviously, you will pass history when you do that. So, yeah, don't be afraid. Just go and ask for help. Don't be afraid, guys. Please. 10. Review regularly. Go over your notes and summaries often. This will help you remember everything for the exam. So you have to go over your notes and summaries and review your work. I'm sure your teachers always tell you this. You must always review your work, even during exam. Even in exam, when you're writing your prelim, you have to review your work. Don't rush to go out and go out early, maybe impress your friends and be like, okay, you've written the exam for only 35 minutes, but it says the hours there is 2 hours or things like that. You have to review your work and make sure that your work is straight. You have to make sure that your work is straight. So guys, as I'm closing here, I will be telling you, following these tips can help you understand history better and think more critical and improve your chances of getting a greater grade in the subject. Good luck and God bless you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. It will be much more helpful for you if you subscribe to the channel. I am releasing and I am explaining every history topic. If you have a question about the history topic, just say it on the comment. I'll give you a 1 hour explanation about that topic. So guys, make sure you subscribe, like the video, share the video. Don't be selfish. Share the video. Peace.